Is your name Ed? Oh! Our investigation began with a call from a resident in Warren, Ohio who reached out to us. She explained her and her children were experiencing paranormal activity, shadow figures being held down, objects being thrown, shadows changing forms, and disembodied voices. What we encountered was a slew of personal experiences and some amazing evidence. Join us as we investigate the Shapeshifter of Warren. Well, leading up to the investigation, we had spoken with Caitlin, and after speaking with her, a lot of the things that she was explaining going on in her home, things of a shadow figure nature, feeling paralyzed at night while she tried to sleep.
For about the past month now, I've been waking up every morning like 2:30 on the dot, just feeling like something is suffocating me.
Her kids were having bad experiences.
My one daughter, who's never picked up on anything, she came into my room at 2:30 the other night and said her crystal flew across her room and there was no reason why, and she was scared to death about it.
Almost poltergeist activity was going on in the home as well.
Up in the attic, there was a book bag that flew over, and then in my daughter's room, like things were off of her shelf. In the kitchen, we had a couple things fall off the windowsill.
So I had high expectations that we were going to definitely walk in on some paranormal activity. Stairs are coming up.
Okay.
I don't see the kitty right now.
Cat's on the bed. I just got some good video of it.
Oh, cool. Hey, cat's on your camera.
Okay.
I just
got
it's
like.
on your camera.
No, it's not.
Hey.
I was trying to mess with you.
I'm looking at the screen.
I got hissed at, and I know you said about the cat, but I'm not talking about a cat. I'm talking about something else.
Okay, well, we gotta get down there.
Oh, God.
We're losing
Okay.
time.
These steps seem tiny.
They are.
Hey, Tyler, can you shut that door? Yeah. I got you. One more step. There you go. That's it. You're on
It
the
was a
floor.
weird thing I was feeling.
It's a finish, basically.
Oh, okay.
Aw, poor kitty.
Why is he yelling at me? Okay, so there is something about it. It's just, he's like, get out.
Is this a new spirit?
It's the guy from outside, and he's really making my head hurt down here. He can be very aggressive and very intimidating and very physical.
The main hot spots were in the basement for sure. The homeowner had experienced a lot of stuff down there. When we went to the house, just even walking through the basement, you could tell it definitely had like kind of a heavy, eerie feeling to it.
I almost get the feeling like he's not down here all the time, but this is like his hideout space, and when people are down here, he will get mad.
Well, the medium's there. I believe Missy had picked up on the name Earl down in the basement.
I feel like his name is Earl, which is a weird kind of like, I feel like he's the second or third like Earl, because he keeps talking about his dad and his grandfather, and I'm trying to get what he did in life, but I know he was some kind of farmer. I also know that he didn't get, like, I don't know if he lost his wife or she left him or what, but he's like not a happy person.
Would a man in a cowboy hat make sense to you? Well, I guess I shouldn't ask you that. I see a man in a cowboy hat.
She's a surfer down here.
Yeah, like a cowboy hat, straw hat type of deal, yeah. And he is not happy.
Right here. Yep,
He's very
okay.
grumpy. And he almost stands down here just like I just picture him like just standing. Like so still and just watching. So I feel like, you know, down here you probably get a really like a real sense of being watched. Not so much being followed, but like from this kind of area, I don't know where I'm pointing to or gesturing to, but being watched maybe from that area.
So what we caught on the SLS camera, and this was after we had tried many other devices that we couldn't get the spirit in the basement to respond to, we decided to roam around with the camera. Whoa, there's something else right next to you, Megan, stop.
Okay.
It's right
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Yep. We see you. Can you raise your hand? When Megan was in the bathroom, we saw a small figure show up on the SLS camera right to the left of Megan, and it kind of hung out there for a little bit. Looked very small. Can you raise it up high?
He's like pulling on my arm.
Yeah, I see him. He's
It's not-
right on you.
Yeah.
We can see you there. Oh, he disappeared.
I-
As soon as I said it, he disappeared.
Yeah. I did not like the way he made me feel.
Went into the bathroom, and then we did a little experiment, and we actually had Megan hold out her hand, and we asked Spirit to communicate with us, and we asked some questions, and if the answer was yes, to touch Megan's hand. Well, I appreciate you showing yourself. Can you show yourself next to Megan? Can you do that for us? No? Are you done? I'd really like it if you interacted with one of these devices so we could have a conversation, and I really just want to help you. Like, I feel bad that you're stuck here. Oh, there he is. He's right there.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I felt him kind of like
Oh,
hovering.
he just touched you. Are you touching? Can you touch Megan? Can you do that? Can you put your arm out and touch her?
I don't know what it looks like, but it feels like there's like an arm around my waist.
Yeah, I don't see it around your waist. He's just kind of hanging out there. He's right there. He's just kind of standing over you.
Mm-hmm. That's how it feels.
Can you put your hand out, Megan? Can you touch her hand? Can you do that for us? Just reach out and touch Megan's hand. Oh, he touched it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, one of our mediums had picked up the name Earl, and we asked, the figure, hey, is your name Earl? Didn't get a response, so I don't know why. I just decided to ask, okay, we'll try Ed. It's another E name, why not? Is your name Earl? Can you throw your arm up if your name's Earl? Can you put it up real high?
Tell you what, since you like touching me so much, if we give you a yes question, you can touch my hand. To answer yes.
All right. If your name is Earl, touch Megan's hand. Is your name Ed? Oh. So I asked if its name was Ed, and it took its arm up in the air and came down and slapped Megan's fingertips, and Megan actually experienced it when it happened. He slapped your hand.
I felt it in my fingertips.
So you responded to Ed. So your name's Ed?
Hmm.
And not only that, but this figure that had started off very small actually grew to be very big, and it was probably, I would say, almost twice the size of Megan. And you could see it, and it was kind of like hanging up on the ceiling, but still kind of standing. I mean, it was large. It's really strange mapping, like how he's hanging out. He's just hanging there.
Like on the pole.
Sort of, but he's like up against the ceiling. He's got really long legs.
Mm-hmm.
He's like really tall.
Well, that's why I keep looking. Yeah.
Really tall. And that was pretty fascinating. And then it gets even better. So Tyler, our camera guy, comes into the bathroom area, and when he comes in, it looks like this figure is on him, trying to push him away to get him to leave the space. He looked like he was trying to push you away.
What's wrong with me? Because I was filming him?
He's trying to push you away. He does not look happy that you just came into that space. And so Tyler backs up, comes back, and the figure does it again, and it looks like it's all over him. And then shortly after disappears. So it was a pretty impressive piece of SLS evidence. It was pretty cool because Megan, when she did her walkthrough, was picking up on the fact that there was a shapeshifter type entity.
From what I've seen tonight, there is something here that typically you would see as a tall man. When he wants to intimidate somebody, when he wants to incite fear, like, it's not through like moving things, it's through the way he shows himself, okay? So like taking that woman's face as like a mask almost. When I saw him outside, and I'm losing my breath again, so I know this has to be right. It has to be right. When I saw him outside, I saw him, but then he changed. I really hope some of this is making sense, because I feel the same energy, and I keep seeing the same person, and then I get a grip on him for a second and he changes.
Almost like a shapeshifter?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've never experienced one, but yeah.
That's what we believe we encountered down in the basement, just simply for the fact that the SLS evidence that we captured, you see it get small, you see it get bigger, you see it almost crawl at times. I mean, it was pretty fascinating. So yeah, not a typical haunt. The attic definitely had a very strange vibe to it, but also had a kind of weird layout to it that could kind of make you feel a little disoriented or claustrophobic.
I smell like something was burnt up here, and I have a really weird feeling of like I can't keep myself steady. My stomach is bothering me pretty bad, so I'm gonna keep going. Something does not want me up here. Like I'm like getting yelled at by this male that doesn't like me at all.
Here's the thing. I'm wrestling with whether or not to say it, because I personally am afraid of attics. So I'm having a tough time knowing if what I'm picking up here is just me being afraid of being in an attic, or if there really is a lot of fear in here, because I do sense that he likes to sort of like hang out around here when he's not downstairs.
Yes. Oh, I don't like that mirror at all.
That's
No.
an old one.
This is the woman's.
You think I maybe get rid of the dressers?
I think that if she brought flowers up here and if you started treating this woman with respect and let her know that these are your children, and even though, you know what, I just don't think so. I just don't know, because she hurt people, she hurt kids. And I don't know if that's her trying to show me what she actually did or show me what she's capable of doing. But I think she either tried, but I just got it. Okay, thank you. She poisoned her own children. to save them from illness. So That is, oh my gosh. So that makes so much sense.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you don't even understand. She poisoned her own children so they wouldn't die of whatever, like tuberculosis or cholera they had. She poisoned them. That's the sadness.
So Darla was a spirit. We had researched all the names of people who had lived there on the property, and there was one in particular where there was no record of where the lady had passed. Her first name was Darla. I don't want to give the last name, just obviously. But her first name was Darla, and it was pretty cool because when we were doing the walkthrough and Missy was going through trying to pick up on what she could, she picked up on a DA name.
There's like a DA or a DO sound or connection to this woman. Just want you to know that.
And instantly, myself and the homeowner looked at each other and we knew what she was hitting on.
And she is really trying to protect these kids, and it's almost like she wants to put them out of misery.
And we asked a lot of questions targeted towards Darla later in the night, and it seemed to trigger some responses.
Like, you can give her permission to just touch you if you want.
Okay, I give you permission to touch me. Literally, as soon as I said it, it was my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. She just wanted to give you a hug, one mom to another. You have 4 babies. She had 4 babies.
And the owners before me had 4 babies. Was that intentional?
There's a knock right above me.
There was a knock. Did you hear it?
At a very active location, it's not that uncommon to experience knocking noises.
Was that intentional?
When it's active, it's a way for spirit, I think, to try to startle and also let you know that they're there. And then the other hot spot, I would say, was up on the 2nd floor.
I think somebody died in this room or died upstairs. I'm going to take my... I just got to take this off for a minute, okay? Yeah. Sorry. It's just really... So this is the kids' room. Sorry, I'm just trying to, get my bearings here for a minute. I think the kids are bothered up here because somebody died up here, and it may not be original to this house. I have something in my eye, but it may not be original to this house, but this location, someone would have definitely died here. And I just feel the sadness. I feel like this is not normal reaction for me, just to let you know that, okay? I'm going to put this back on, but I've already seen this room, so
You might want to leave it off for a second, because I want you to go up there, and it's a little tricky.
Okay, leave this on or off?
You leave it off just to go up.
Okay. This room has so much fear and so much sadness and so much confusion. You don't know what's real and what's not. And part of it is because whoever's in this room will sense the death state of whoever died here. And you do have a grandmother here that does try to protect them as best as she can, but she's not been gone as long as this other energy that I'm picking up on. And it almost kind of creates its own personality in a way. So I'm going to keep going.
I feel like there is a lot of fear in this bedroom, that whoever's room this is, and I feel like it's Kayla? Is that your name? Caitlin. Caitlin. I feel like this is probably Caitlin's room.
She said the same thing, but it's not my room.
Really? Because there's an older energy to it. Is there a white cat figurine in here?
Possibly stuffed animal?
Yeah. I don't know if it was a gift or something, but my guides are showing it to me, so it must be significant in some way. I don't know if it's like what you hold to feel safe or that type of thing, but that's what they're showing me, is that maybe a lot of fear gets projected onto it.
Could it be the cat?
Could be the cat.
It's white.
It is, and she sleeps in here.
Oh, the cat sleeps in here. That makes more sense.
It seemed like when we were doing the SD session, like all the activity in the house seemed to rev up.
Oh, there's someone in the room with us. Who's here with us? No, it's not Satan. Don't try to scare us. Who's in the room with us?
With the obelisk, it's hit or miss with the obelisk. So it basically picks up on what the surrounding environment's putting out, electromagnetic fields, there's some other elements to it, and it picks words out of a 5,000 word dictionary, and depending on the environment, it populates those words out of the dictionary. So sometimes you'll get a little bit of random chatter.
Yeah, you're trying to tease us.
Move your lips.
For the grandmother energy that's here, Caitlin's grandma, can you please step forward and talk to Megan and help us get answers for her?
Come back.
Yes, we need you to come back and clear up what's going on in this house so we can help Caitlin. Can you help us? Will you help us?
Whisper.
Are you trying to communicate to Caitlin?
Psst. Like, hold on, guys. I just keep hearing.
Curse energy.
I keep hearing a lot of scraping sounds.
Okay. Why are you trying to manipulate our mediums? I know that's what you're doing, but we know you're doing it. Nothing.
Quiet.
I have a question.
Eric?
The SLS session that we had like what appeared to be some type of verification for the name Ed, possibly. But on the spirit box, it came through pretty clear Eric. So we're kind of assuming that the spirit's name is more than likely Eric that was there haunting the location that we were experiencing. The Shapeshifter spirit. What about Eric?
Do you want us to reach out to an Eric? Is that your name?
Megan?
You can talk to Megan. She can hear you. You don't need to be afraid of her.
Something's coming up.
What's coming up?
Are you planning on doing something?
Must be.
I don't even know what to ask at this point.
Well, there was something earlier that was bugging me. We didn't get a good.
I knew it.
But when you ask a question and you get an intelligent response with the obelisk that correlates with your question, it definitely raises eyebrows, and you pay attention to it.
I thought I heard soldier earlier, but then I was like, probably, I'm not really sure. Are you a soldier, but not like a military soldier, or are you connected to Megan? Because her husband was a soldier.
Keep speaking.
Okay, there we go. All right. Did you die as a soldier or a warrior in some way?
Scary.
Well, you don't scare anybody in this room. Are you scared of us?
Are we scary?
Danger.
You think we're dangerous? We're not dangerous.
You warning us?
Get back, stop.
What's here that we need to be afraid of that you're trying to warn us about?
That chandelier, I plugged in the, I just plugged...
Certain.
Oh, certain experience, yeah.
I just plugged in the other battery, and then all of a sudden I heard like a bell, it sounded like a bell ringing down there.
Huh.
And I don't know where there might be like a wind chime or like a bell or something that could ring down there. And as soon as I heard that, I was looking around towards, and then the chandelier got really dim. Like the light flickered, went off, and came back on dim.
Yeah, that's kind of strange.
Huh.
Tyler,
Okay.
you okay, buddy?
I'm just frozen. I don't want to move right now. I'm kind of scared.
Well, I can tell you
You're
why.
really freaked
Why?
out.
Because you have a man on your shoulders.
You're not.
You do. And I know you're not going to be able to see it on the camera, but I'm telling you, I can see him, and you need to tell him to get off of you.
Get off! Now!
Scary. Don't you touch me.
Here.
Are you just trying to get the other kids' attention? Is that what you're doing? Is that why you mess with them at night? Are you trying to get them to play with you? Well, during the SD session, we definitely got some EVPs that came through, several inaudible. Are you trying to get them to play with you? I mean, you could hear that there was something there, whether it was whispering or just mumble chattering. There was something there. Are you hearing stuff?
I keep hearing stuff down the hall.
That's what I was hearing. Like it sounded like.
My anxiety is so
I heard
fucking
like
bad.
shuffling. I've even heard little voices.
That's what I'm hearing. Like little voices.
Yeah.
So we're all in one room. Not only are we getting things that are communicating through us through the obelisk, through the spirit box, through digital recorder, but all of us were hearing the sound of a little boy in the hallway, and it wasn't once or twice. It was like over 10 times we probably heard this boy in the hallway talk. Is it the boy?
Why?
We want to know who you are. That's why.
Psst.
That a million times.
Are you the boy?
Music.
Are you the boy?
Children playing. Like a lot of like kid energy.
So as far as, you know, what we were experiencing with the little boy, the mediums had picked up on him upstairs and in the hallway.
I knew I walked in here and I knew there was a circle rug and I knew it's important. And I feel like a lot of the activity, there's so much activity in here. This has to be, we're probably going to capture voices in here, which I think is interesting because that would be more, that wouldn't be the man, right? He's more about how he looks. This would be more like family members. This would be other spirits that haven't crossed over yet for whatever reason and are almost hiding back from him. So think of like the woman in the kitchen who is like, you know, on my shoulder, you need to get out, you need to get out. This room, for whatever reason, almost seems like a safer space, I guess, to be in for those spirits.
Well, there's a little boy here who will play with things like the lights. He will mess with water for some reason. He likes to oh, he drowned. Okay, so he'll play with the water.
From what the mediums picked up on, the little boy seems to be that of an Italian family that lived there at the residence. We'd done research. There was a couple of Italian families that had lived at this residence, so it kind of matched up. The mediums were unaware of that, though, so they did not know. So they did pick up on that.
He's darker skin. He's not like a black kid. He's like a maybe a dark Italian, or he's got like a very sun-kissed appearance to him, and he's shaved head. He told me he didn't like going to church, and that's where he ran off to. So I think he drowned after he like left church because he's dressed decent. He just doesn't have shoes on. If you go into the light, you can heal your body.
Almost sounds like a cry.
It's more painful to stay in this spot that you're at now.
What is that?
Jess.
Jess. Do you miss Jess? We all had firsthand experiences of hearing him out in the hallway while we were doing the SD session.
It's more painful to stay in this spot that you're at now.
What is that?
Jess.
Jess. Do you miss Jess?
How old are you? Or how old were you when you died?
Home?
You want to go home? You can go home. We can help you do that right now.
Something about home.
Do you believe in God?
Yes.
Then why don't you want to go over to the other side? Why don't you want to go to heaven?
Here.
Yeah, but why be here? Why not go to heaven?
That's that flushing sound.
Can't.
Why can't you go to heaven?
Truth.
Have you asked for forgiveness?
Door or dough or something.
Have you asked Jesus Christ for forgiveness?
Help. That was a woman.
When we started to touch on God and started to talk about Jesus, he started to finally come through after being quiet and started responding through the spirit box. He started to come through. He wants to move on. When I started bringing up Jesus Christ and asking for forgiveness, he was asking for help.
Are you serious?
And I said, why aren't you in heaven? He goes, here or whatever. And I'm like, well, have you asked Jesus for
I have
forgiveness?
the chills right now.
And he started to interact at that point, and we were making progress.
Damn it. I could like hear, and then the woman came in and was like, I'm here too.
Again,
The well.
That's what I'm saying.
Bell
Trapped.
come through like twice.
That is insane.
The well.
Because that's exactly what I felt.
Yes.
That's what I saw in my vision. Remember, baby, I told you a few days ago that.
Mm-hmm.
Does your body need to be found for you to move on to heaven?
No.
Wow. I just got chills.
I did too.
And from what I could tell, he seemed to believe in Jesus, felt like he was stuck, like he couldn't move on, maybe for things that he had done while he was alive.
Okay.
Do you want some kind of marker to say that you were there?
Stuck?
Okay.
All right.
He definitely was asking for help, which we did, attempt to help him. Hopefully he's crossed on now. So it was a pretty neat experience. The light anomaly I seen come around my shoulders, normally I'm going to say it's dust, which I typically would. But in that room during that session, we really didn't see too much for orbs. But that one was fascinating because it came around the backside of me and then came over my shoulder. And right about the same time, I was feeling a little bit uneasy, like something was behind me. So it kind of matched up.
Are you? Oh my God.
I think it said enough.
I knew it. Are you stuck here because of the child medium that's here? The little girl with her hurt leg that has the same scar as you?
The woman who lives there, her daughter has a leg injury, and Missy was picking up on the fact that there was some type of correlation with the daughter's leg injury and a male spirit's leg injury there at the location, and was asking questions about it. And we got a pretty good EVP that says, don't get it. The spirit wasn't getting what was being connected there. It was pretty neat to see that correlated with what was being asked, which goes to only back up that we had some type of intelligent haunting.
What are you doing?
I'm telling you how it is.
Stop.
Well, I'm not going to stop because it's the truth. You can go on your own, or you can live and exist in this home with Caitlin and her beautiful children, and you're going to leave them in peace. Or we will make you leave. We will come back. It's your choice.
Solstice.
We have a solstice coming up, right? Something coming up. We have the new moon on Sunday.
But
All right.
yeah,
Are we wrapping it up?
Well-
every battery I have is gonna die.
This is your last opportunity to say anything you want to say, or we can hear you. Would you like to speak into that box and give us one last message?
Ocean.
Got it right.
Got it right.
Ocean.
I think your grandma or Darla might have helped.
Got it right.
Again. So we're right on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
Oh,
I believe the spirits that were haunting this location were there simply because the mother and the daughter have mediumship abilities. So when that happens, it's kind of like a beacon for spirits. So I don't think the spirits there were just all attached to that house. They were attached to that house and the neighboring properties off of that residence. And that's why I believe they were having so many experiences. I believe that the paranormal activity has died down since we went out to investigate. We did do a cleansing afterwards to try to help Caitlin out with what was going on since there are children involved. Since talking to her, it seems like the activity has died down quite a bit. Still a lot of work to be done, but a lot of progress. Last I spoke, she hasn't had any incidents, so that's all good news.